Well, good morning everybody. We're back out here on our clearing road pad trench job that we were on so long. So we're gonna backfill this section of trench that we dug with the 80 and get this where they can get through, and can't backfill too far because he doesn't have everything finished yet. So well, we will get to it. I have to say, I have not missed the dust from this place. Pretty much everywhere I've been has been dusty, but this place is a special kind of dusty. That little bit of shape. Take off the top first. Oops, a little less. It's definitely dug easier with the 80. Grab some of this little bit better dirt. Maybe it's better dirt. We don't want all those roots. There. Get what's left of that tree out of there. All right. That's about as far as I better go. He wants to check all of these connections, and that is a smart thing to do. It's a lot easier to do it now when you can see them and still mess with them compared to when you bury them and notice that you have water coming to the surface. Kind of wheel roll this in a little bit, or track roll. There's wheels on the track. I've got a feeling that these are going to settle quite a bit. Dry as it is, and as clumpy as this is. Yeah, don't back off that edge. I did generate some dirt there by cleaning that bank up, so it would stand to reason I'd have more dirt than the ditch will hold. So there we go. Got a little bit to do on the other side, then we'll start digging trenches. Went and rented a trencher. Decided the excavator's better. Alright, keep at it. Wants me. That's a little bit. I dug it pretty shallow because the active water line runs through here, and when we were digging one of the stumps, I dug it up, and I don't really want to dig it up today. Didn't want to dig it up the other day when we were digging the trench. Need to go down right beside those pipes. Wow. There we go. start trenching out. This was a afterthought. He decided he wanted excuse me, wanted a hose bib out at the clear out where we started the road, so now is definitely the time to do that. Yeah, the 80 made this ground look a lot easier. All right, we'll keep at it. Dusty, you can't see what's going on in there. Took so many trees out through here. I'm just digging through a bunch of filled in stump holes, and the digging's easy. It's just the trench walls don't want to hold very well, and really dusty. We're getting there. Somebody that purchased a pin defender here a while back sent me an email on my website that the pin was a little long on the for the pin defender, and that it got it kind of flipped upside down in the pin defender. The clip did, and he like to never got it out. So I don't know what the exact situation was with that. Mine, I can't put the washers on mine. My pin is a little bit shorter, and if I have the washers and it too tight, I can't even get my clip in the pin defender. So I don't know if that would have been part of the problem, that it had the housing pushed too far out, but the pins barely fit in them. They're really tight, and those, from my experience, I don't know that anybody makes a clip that's any shorter than the ones that come with the pin defender. They make ones that are a little bit longer, because I bought a batch of those before I got the pin defenders, and I tried to use one of those and it wouldn't even go in it. So yeah, I don't know if that's, like I say, I have no idea what the actual situation was, but I can definitely see if it got turned upside down in there, it would be a problem. I had the corner of mine when I was digging stumps, some really bad rock, kind of get laid over and trap my pin in there, and I had to take bolt cutters and cut the bail on the clip to get it off. I bought got a new one, and then kept one for myself, and then took my old one to the vise with a hammer and got it straightened out, so I have a spare. I better kick that out of there, or that's going to end up in the ditch when he starts pulling the pipe in. He rented a trencher. I already mentioned that. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did. But he said all the roots that he had to dig through just was about beat him to death trying to trench through this stuff. There was so many trees in here that it was just it's just a mass of roots. A bit ago I kind of found a little chunk of root ball that I hadn't completely gotten out with the 80, and it made me struggle a little bit. Going a little wide here with the trench because I've got the drainage all set up from the culvert I put in, and I don't want to have to reshape my my drainage. There, the sun's finally peeking over the mountain. I guess it's not so much peeking over the mountain, it came out behind clouds, but it's almost 70 degrees when I got up this morning, which is a little warm for us. It's been between 104 and 106 for the last 2 days. Then it clouds up and then it holds the heat in, and supposed to be only 99 today. At the end of the week, it's supposed to be in the low 90s, so low 90s are still hotter than I care for, but I will take it over 104. Come on. Hop out of there. There we go. All right, I can't see. All right, we will keep at it. And we're just about to the end of the trench on this one. So a little bit of room, maybe not. Back just a wee bit more. There we go. Should keep me from getting my tail on anything. See, on the group, a lot of people wanting they run lower RPM and stuff to smooth the machine out because they say it's they're so jerky. A lot of the way to prevent the jerkiness, and it's just practice, but a lot of it is just not so much the engagement of the levers, but when you're stopping a movement, don't just completely let off the control. Just ease to a stop, kind of. Don't know how to explain it. I'm bad at teaching stuff like this. I can't explain it. It just happens. But like I say, just I'm trying to demonstrate. So like now, if I'm doing this and if I let off the lever quick and stuff, and if you're doing that kind of fast, it just bounces and jars you around. It's just, like I say, practice. It's more on the stopping than it is so much of the starting, which even that, I don't just throw the control all the way one direction all at once. I just kind of feather it. That probably made no sense whatsoever to anybody, but I tried. And one scoop. That trench is done. On to the next one. another big stump hole right here. So we're gonna dig under the fence here. Show you how I do it. I hate getting things all dressed up and looking halfway decent and then having to dig trenches through it. Not the first time, won't be the last time. Okay. Excuse me. Let's just get the trench dug as far on the other side of the fence as we can. Let's see, I guess we'll put the dirt against a tree. Roots are going to be fun. Dog. Working here in July. One day the fence was down. They let, I guess it's her, out and had my pickup door open, and man, she was in the pickup and all around the back seat, all through over the console. She was ready to go somewhere. Sweet dog. Actually, all of their dogs are pretty sweet. The German Shepherd, I was a little concerned about him. Yeah. Was all barking and acting all mean and stuff, and through the fence, and that first morning they had the fence open, he was acting all, oops, pick your blade up, acting all mean and bristled up and stuff, and then he realized the fence was gone, and here he came at me 100 miles an hour. I was like, uh-oh. When he got to me, he was wagging his tail, and he was just friendly as can be, but he sure acted scary at first. It's going to be a little fun to backfill. Eventually they're going to move the fence clear down to the beginning of the new road, but that is later. I think this is going to give the dogs a way out. Pretty sure they'll figure this one out. I guess you guys can see. One more swipe from the far side. There we go. We are under the fence. I'll work my way up this side hill. Working on a slant. Dig a crooked ditch. Digging should be fairly easy because they're covering up. I covered up stump holes all along this edge, so honestly I would rather dig in the solid ground, because being on the angle that I am, this loose dirt is going to want to fall in the ditch. Fairly firm digging where there isn't stump holes. I was just thinking about it. I don't remember the last time I put new teeth on this bucket. I kind of generally remember when I put the new middle tooth on. That was when I was having troubles with losing teeth so much. I lost one and couldn't find it, so I put a brand new one on. Throwing the dirt above the trench because if he wants to backfill it with his tractor, he can get to it to do so. Get up here a little further, I might start throwing it on the downhill side. Actually, I think I'm going to start throwing it on the downhill side now, because this loose stuff is just going to run right back in the trench. That's kind of side hill. Oops. Had to get out and open the gate and it turned my thumb off. Kind of keep this stuff out of the trench. Consolidated where it's easy for them to clean up. He's got brush grapples for his tractor for cleaning a lot of this up, so he's got kind of a good setup for dealing with this stuff. All the trees, I guess, once fire danger kind of lets up a little bit, we're gonna buck everything out, and my friend's gonna bring his self-loader log truck over, and he's gonna take them and take them for firewood. Yeah, I think I've got a big chunk of stump that I didn't get out, and it's right in my way. That's not good. That's not good at all. All right, I'll keep at it here. Now we're gonna get into some fun stuff. This was back in the days when they built road base out of what we always called river run rock. They just went and scooped it up out of off of gravel bars out of the creek, and a friend of mine had a real good spot, and his dad had taken everything out of there even before when my friend was a kid. So I mean, that had been a spot that the whole valley had kind of pulled rock or gravel from for years. And then a newcomer come in and started fighting over it, and got government agencies involved and got that all brought to a stop. What was funny was years after that, that person that had got it stopped asked me if I could kick gravel out of that spot for him. And I did not know the backstory on everything, so I called my friend to ask. He said, "You tell him to come ask me personally." He said, "We'll have a discussion about that." That discussion never happened. Oops. Yeah, here in a little ways I'm going to shallow the trench way up because the water line runs through here. Just like I was talking about earlier, and I do not want to break it. She will be without water all day because it's weird PEX stuff that takes special tools to fix that I don't have. So her husband would have to fix it when he gets home from work, so like I say, I don't want her to be without water all day. Not saying it's not going to happen. Just saying I don't want it to happen. Alright, we'll keep at it. Trying to tie in there without just blowing the whole side out. Which is always fun. This is tough stuff. Kind of broke loose. He may have to use a shovel a little bit. There we go. Do not want to break that brand new water line. One more scoop, and I believe we are finished with this. I've got a couple little stumps to dig, and we are out of here before it gets too terribly hot. There we go. That was pretty easy. Could have probably just bumped out with his tractor bucket and got that one out. Okay, there's one out. Let's see. That's loose, so. Okay. There's 3 or 4. Got them all painted. I think. Oh, I just disturbed a weed that usually makes my allergies just go crazy. So far, nothing's been any kind of challenge. That one in there will be a bit of a challenge. Nice to see some green grass. I know the reason it's green grass is because they have been irrigating it. Yeah, this one's gonna make me earn it. I was gonna get some outside shots today. Got involved in what I was doing and forgot, and now we're done. No, we're not done. After we get this one stump out, then we're done. Amazing how tough those white oaks are. Over here, leave a little more of that. There we go. Set that over where he can grab it with his tractor. Alright, we'll head back to the truck, get loaded up, get out of the heat. What kind of tree that is? Limbs are dead, so prune those out. Alright, back to the truck. Well, we got our trenches all dug. Got those few little stumps popped out. Got the trenches backfilled. So it's already getting fairly warm, but we're gonna get out of here and get home before the extreme heat. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about getting this cut into logs and stuff and out of here. That'll make it look a lot better for him, but we're gonna wait till things cool down and maybe get a little rain for stuff. So everyone, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, hit that like button. Doesn't cost a thing and it helps the channel out a lot. So go check my website out, reberpuredirt.com. We got the pin defenders, these little critters right here. So they work pretty good for keeping your clip on. Like I say, I don't run a washer behind mine, so yeah. Everyone, have a wonderful evening, and we'll catch you on the next one.